Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, Sigval here and welcome back to another video. In this one we're going to take a look at the official raid gameplay of Zatanna. This was posted by the official Injustice Mobile channel. I'll have links to the video in the description if you want to check it out yourself, because I can't play it with sound. I would love to be able to play it with sound, but I can't because I'll get a copyright claim, because those people are still using copyrighted music, which is the in-game music. They really turn it off during those gameplays, but nevertheless, this is usually what's released before the character release, but I guess they've been lazy this time. But nevertheless, here we have it. It's gonna be some raid gameplay. And you have Zatanna over here, looking cool. And also they confirmed yet again that she's gonna be the very first member of the Justice League Dark team. She seems to be the damage dealer of the team, more or less, or something like that, because she doesn't specifically buff the Justice League Dark team. Maybe they'll have other ways to work with her. Team is gonna be Dr. Fate and Shazam. And here they're gonna talk about the passive a little bit with the different debuffs that you can apply. Applies a debuff here, also power steals a bit. Boy, the power steal is quite a bit at the higher star rating. Like, I'm power stealing myself currently, only one power bar with the special at 3 stars. Like, in terms of her scaling, she's got quite a few things that scale well from low star rating, but she's got quite a lot of goodies waiting for you at higher star rating. That's a special 2 over there being used, and also gave them a further free special 2. Our special 2 being used in there. I think this is Heroic 1 Harley they're fighting, and I don't know if there's any artifact on her. I don't think there's any artifacts in our special 2. Engage the combo in our special 2. She got very fast to that plus 300% damage that she previously had. Again, we're going to get a little bit more in depth as we watch the video again. I'm just gonna let it play out. It's Shazam in here, he also gets the damage buff. And also something important at this point that I want to talk about. Look at this. No, I cannot stop it here. So, you play this, right? You tag her in, right? And she gets hit by basic attack hits on tagging. She gets her tagging interrupted by the enemy's normal hits. Do you think this is normal? Do you think this functions properly? Why haven't you fixed it? Why literally happened to you in the official gameplay of the character? Boy, is this normal for you? Do you tag in like this and be like, everything is fine, it happens, you know? No, it doesn't. Boy, this gets me so mad that it literally happened to them in the official gameplay. And yeah, they might have done it literally after the release because they've been crazy lazy about it. And there's a super move. I literally never used the super move. It was not even out of curiosity because I knew how it looked because of the data mine gameplay that we get to see previously, previous to their even official gameplay. So yeah, that's the ult. Doesn't do anything. Okay, now let's backtrack. We have some information to dig out of this one. So the team that he uses is fine. I'm really looking forward to see how she works as a support character and how she works with Raven. But for now, the team is fine. This is more or less the damage they're set up for Zatanna. Though Shazam doesn't do that much, you could replace it with a classic Wonder Woman. So yeah, let's get to the point where he uses a special. Okay, a special is being used. A lot of things are actually happening as you use a special, and if it's not the third special, special 1 or special 2, you're going to trigger all but one passive. If you use the third special, you're going to trigger every single passive. So this is how it works. You use a special. Using a special applies a debuff. Applying a debuff, power steals. Power stealing increases your damage, so it's all over a big circle jerk that says that in a lot of ways and in a sequence of events, by using one special, you're going to basically do 3 things. And if it's a third special, also applies burning effect on the enemy, it's also going to make you deal percentage health damage with your subsequent specials while the enemy is burning. But we're going to get into that a little bit later. Yes, she's also getting power cost increase because that's the first debuff that she gets. Most of the debuffs are good, but they don't really do that much. But at the same time, there's one debuff that's going to be very strong, and a debuff I was actually right about. And we'll get into that. Special 2 there, giving him a further free special 2. Again, that's very powerful, keeps proccing the additional damage. The damage gets up to maximum so damn fast at 7 stars. It's so much slower for me at lower star rating than it is for him. And also the power bar stolen. Third special, now he'll deal percentage health damage with subsequent specials. There we go. 68% health damage. Bro, how do you only do 68% health damage? Something strong about this Harley, might be wrong. Maybe she's so low health on normal difficulty normally, but it seems like she's extra low health on this fight. It's kinda sus, not gonna lie. And the debuffs are permanent. That's something you should keep in mind. The debuffs are permanent. And there's one debuff that you should as fast as possible cycle to stack 3 times. And we're going to get into that in a second over here. Our third special in there. And yet again, percentage health damage. Actually, I think it was the other number. But yeah, here the man goes out of his way to tell us that Shazam is going to deal increased damage based on the missing amount of power bars. Now, this is a part of a special that I was quite unsure what it exactly did, and I expressed my unsurety. This is plus 4% damage from basic attacks reflecting back for each opponent's absent power bar. I said, this might not work this way, but look, a lucky guess that I have myself is that it's going to deal more damage depending on how many power bars the enemy is missing. And some smart guy in the comments was like, what do you mean, Sigval? Don't you know what reflecting means? It means if the enemy hits you, it's gonna damage him back. Well, I'm gonna be very mature about this one and say that it's okay to be wrong. I was wrong in the past as well. It could be anybody's lucky guess considering the wording on this. You can also suck on my nuts, dude. I was right. This is what it actually does. And the biggest question is, I don't have it on the account where I have Zatanna, by the way, but there's sort of salvation and this power steals as well and gives you more damage based on the enemy's absent power bars as well. So the true question is, does the stacking of both of them give her a huge damage boost? Because usually you get crazy amounts of damage when there's two things that do the same thing overlapping over each other. It remains to be seen. Remains to be seen and tested out. And yeah, I think that's everything that I need to discuss about gameplay, nothing much. The stacking of debuffs, regardless of your star rating, will be quite low. Oh, another thing that I want to discuss, the scaling of her abilities based on star rating. So those debuffs are going to be straight up higher. No, nothing to go different ways about this. The higher star rating, the higher debuffs you're gonna get. And while most of them are not gonna be the most important things in the world, the damage on basic attack hits based on the enemy's missing power bars is going to be by far the most important one to be high. This thing has good scaling on star rating because as far as I'm aware, you're going to get an increase in how much percentage health damage you need to do. So that, let's say if you have her 7 stars, instead of doing it 10 times to get the maximum amount, you're gonna need to do it less times. But even at lower star rating, even though it will take more specials, you're still going to be able to get that max percentage health damage. So this will make her very, very strong even at 3 stars and with no gears, because having her at 3 stars with no gears, well, granted she doesn't die, you can make a gameplay so that you make use of all of this, and then when you tack her out to use another damage rush after she's done with that, because obviously if she has no gears, she's not gonna do much damage outside of her percentage health damage. You're also going to get a lot of buffs for the character that you tag in to deal damage after she is done with her percentage health damage. So this is very good. And then there's this thing, which yet again, I think it's scaling good. It has a healthy type of scaling in terms of the fact that the modified value is going to be the rate at which you gain damage. So if Zatanna is 7 stars, you're going to reach faster the 300% more damage based on the amounts of power bars stolen. But even at 3 stars, you're going to be able to tap the maximum amount of this, but it's just gonna take more time. But yeah, all that being said, thanks so much for watching. Like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you disliked it, and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye!